YouTube is a strange thing. You see people being real, being fake, people having fun, etc. And the interesting thing is, we're the ones who get to decide. We're the ones who get to pick and choose who finds success and who doesn't, as the audience and as the creators. Let's talk about something. The biggest thing that I like about YouTube is the fact that I don't feel constrained with what I can and can't produce. These videos, they might not reach the most people I'd like them to reach, but they're coming from a place of passion for me. I want my videos to do well, obviously, but I also want people to have some kind of change happen because of them. I know it's super cliche, I know it is, but if one person comments and says, man, this is what I needed to hear, or wow, you changed my mind on this, I feel motivated to do something different. It sounds so cliche, but that's a person, or at least I hope it is. Hope they're not a bot. If that person talked to me today and said that to my face, I would be so humbled. I know it's online. I know people say things a lot online that they wouldn't in real life, but it's still something. To acknowledge that you've made a change in someone's life, you made an impact on someone's life, it's a big deal. It's not a small thing. And I don't want to overlook that. When I look at my channel now, right now I'm sitting at 348 subscribers. That's not a lot, but that's 348 people that have decided I liked at least one video and I want to see more from this guy. It's humbling when you actually break it down like that. Hundreds of people want to watch my videos. That's the biggest thing. While I do look for trends of what is hot at the moment, that's not the driving force for the videos. My biggest piece of advice for new creators is just start, man. Just start the video, film. Don't worry about exactly what you want to say and just go. That's literally what my first video was. My first video sucked. No argument here. But I made it. Then I decided I got to make another. And then I kept going from there. Over time, I've learned things through experience from other people and through my own trial and error. It's a learning process, but you have to start somewhere. Might as well start today. I always say that, might as well just start today. That way you don't have to worry about it tomorrow. Now, I know a lot of people will talk about you have to find your niche and pursue that, and I do agree. You have to find something that you're passionate about, that you can make multiple videos on, but don't let not being able to find a niche stop you from creating. Yes, it is an important part. But when I started, I just wanted to talk about the things that came to mind. Did that lead to hundreds of thousands of views? Of course not. And that wasn't my goal at the time either. I just wanted to reach people who maybe had my same opinion on life, on society. I don't want to undermine the fact that it is really good to have a focus. It's really good to have an aim. If you go to someone's channel and you scroll and you see, their opening page and the first videos that pop up, you should know, for the most part, what this person is about with their creating. You should get an idea of what they're passionate about based off of their videos. You do want to have an idea that you're feeling confident in, and also that you know you can make multiple videos about, and it's okay to shift here and there. I make videos that don't relate 100% to what my channel's about because I wanted to talk about it. And if it doesn't do well, it doesn't do well. It's not the end of the world. It's the same thing with this video. If this video doesn't do well, it's not the end of the world to me. It is what it is. It's part of the process. It's a learning process. I've shot more what I call B film of me doing random things with this video than any of my other videos combined. When you get into planning new videos, I do recommend writing down ideas as soon as they pop in your mind. I do that. As soon as an idea comes to mind, I just write it down real quick. That way I have it. If I'm inspired later to grow on that topic, that's great. That's amazing. This video is a kind of a culmination of that. I saw a video about something, this same topic, and I was like, maybe I'll make something like that down the road. Then I saw another. Then I thought about some more, thought about how I would do the video, thought about what I would add. And over the course of days, this process built up. I made an outline, I made an idea of what I wanted to accomplish with the video, and I'm executing on it right now as we speak. You guys see the culmination. Hopefully it's good. We'll see. But planning the process doesn't have to be a rigid timeline-based event. I try to do a video a week. That doesn't have to be you. That doesn't have to be anybody who sees this. I would argue organization is better, but everyone's different, everyone learns differently. Start with something you know, build on the topic, and try to do that once a week, once a month, whatever works for you. But make sure you can be consistent on it. If you can't be consistent, ultimately your channel's never gonna grow, which if you don't care, that's fine. But I would argue most people want to see themselves succeed. Some things to go over as well. Now, I have not made any money off YouTube. I've not made any kind of, I have not had any sponsors or anything like that. The biggest opportunity for me is learning from other creators, their basically what to do, what not to do. And over time, as you basically gain more and more knowledge from these people, you're gonna see trends. You're gonna see things that 5 of the people you listen to all said. Let's say it's improve the thumbnail, improve the hook, improve your title. Those things are super basic, but they're true. These things you have to take into account. You might hear some things that don't sound about right from one person, maybe the other, and then you might hear from another creator the exact opposite. Take those as you will, and take my advice as you will. I find doing the tried and true seems to work best. If I want to test a new idea here and there, that's great. It might not work out. It's good to test things though, because you might stumble onto gold. You never know. So that's part of the opportunities for me is learning from other creators who have been here before and who have grown through this process. Also interacting with a lot of people through commenting myself and also getting comments on my videos is crazy. Like I would have never, I don't want to say I would never, I wanted this to happen, but I don't take it for granted the amount of interaction I have with people. I view that as a very nice and a cool opportunity to learn more about someone in their journey. Life is a process, and if I can help change someone's process for the better, that's amazing. And if they tell me that, that's even more amazing. So having those conversations, or even with people who disagree. I have people who disagree, not all the time, but people will be like, no, that's not true, or no, I'm not gonna do that. And I'm like, that's fine. It's your life, you know? You do whatever you want. I'm just a dude sitting up here in front of a camera talking about what I think is best or my opinion on A, B, and C. You take it as you will, man. The last bit here, the difficulties of YouTube. Biggest thing I would say is just time. You're gonna spend more time, if you're serious, you're gonna spend more time on YouTube researching, getting ideas from other creators, and then working on, like I talked about earlier, your titles, your thumbnails, your hook, duration of the videos, all these things. I'm sure there's a sweet spot for each and every creator, for each and every style. And it probably takes a lot longer for some of us to reach that sweet spot than others. I myself, I don't think I found my sweet spot for a lot of things. You know, I try new things all the time. But the amount of time that I spend on YouTube for that exact purpose, researching, ideas, improvement, all these things take up time in the day. They're time you could spend doing something else, you know, and you have to keep that in mind. Those are sacrifices. That's some time that you could spend improving yourself in other ways. Would you rather learn how to play the piano than make a YouTube channel? Then play piano. Same thing if you want to play a guitar, any kind of instrument, a sport, exercise. All these things require sacrifice one way or the other. This is the same thing. I'm sacrificing time I could spend doing something else that I'm also passionate about. Reading is one example. I could be sitting here reading a good book right now and I'd be having a great time. But I'd rather work on this. And that's a sacrifice I have to make to choose one thing over the other. So if you're serious about YouTube, if you're serious about growing, working on a channel and so forth, understand that it's going to take sacrifice. Understand that it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. The weirdest thing with YouTube for me is how many ups and downs I get, how many dips in views, how many explosions in views. Sometimes it makes no sense to me at all, and it can be discouraging. In 1 week, I can go from being like, oh my gosh, this video is doing amazing. What happened? That's awesome. To later on in the week, my impressions crashed. I have no idea why. YouTube just decided not to show it to anyone. It's weird. It's so weird. And you have to learn that that's part of the process. It can be really discouraging if you're not used to it. And it was for me for a long time. But I've learned, okay, it just happens. It is what it is. What can I do to minimize the chance of that happening? Again, all about improving the video, improving the quality, all that good stuff. But the bottom line is, you can do whatever you want with this. You can be funny. You can be real. You can be fake. It's all up to you. And that's the beauty of it. Until next time, take it easy.